21 News is your place for politics, and we're helping voters get ready for Decision 2025 this November. We're spending 5 minutes at 5 with the candidates ahead of Election Day on the 4th. Frank DeMaine, he's vying for one of 2 open seats in Poland Township for the trustees race against 5 other candidates, and he is joining us here now. So Frank, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So you're new to this race. You're new to politics, per se?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so tell us about your experience professionally, what you would bring to the role, why you're running.
Well, part of the reason why I'm running is I spent over 2 decades serving the community of Poland, so I want to serve in a different capacity now. I was a police officer in Poland Township for over 2 decades. I was the first school resource officer of Poland, so after President Clinton had put some bills into order, I became a police officer under a grant in Poland Township and then stayed as an officer there until my retirement last April. About 10 years ago, through Cardinal Logistics, a company out of Concord, North Carolina, I started working in the logistics business as a contractor on the side. It was kind of my side job as a police officer, was in logistics, and I really took a liking to it, learned a lot about the business. And then about 3 years ago, after spending that time with them and working both police work and logistics, I was recruited by AIM Transportation. So I'm their director of national accounts now. I oversee all of their largest accounts east of the Rockies. Part of my duties are fiscal responsibility, budgeting, key performance indicators, understanding how the business operates and making it more efficient. That's a lot of what I do. And this position as trustee, I saw the opening come up, and it was always an aspiration of mine throughout my career to come back and give back to the community. I thought it was really important. So I took that opportunity to go ahead, threw my name in the ringer, and here I am.
So what would be your top 3 goals if you're elected to this role?
Well, you know, as a police officer, number 1 would without a doubt be the security of our residents. Spent so much time working with the men and women of Poland Township Police Department, making sure that it was a safe community. Throughout that time, we had put different programs in place, like the school resource officer program. We had a diversion program, and the police department as a whole has really moved forward. So as a Poland Township trustee, one of my number 1 things that I need to do is be able to support those officers. And where I think that gives me an advantage in this position is I did it for over 2 decades. So I know what type of training they need. I understand what they need to be able to serve the community effectively. The second thing, you said 3, right?
Oh, so yeah. Any top goals.
Okay, the second thing is fiscal responsibility. So, I have the unique experience of not only serving as a police officer for that long, but now I have 10 years in real world business, managing multi-million-dollar deals. The township's budget falls in line with my experience. Currently, I manage about $100 million a year in business, so the township is well below that. In that fiscal responsibility is being able to bring that experience back to the community, understanding what the metrics are, what our cost drivers are inside the township, and then managing to that. And then the last thing is just community outreach programs. Poland as a whole, the best and worst thing about Poland is nobody leaves there. Right? Yeah. And it's great when you have young families like my wife and I did over 30 years ago, and we bring our kids into the schools and they go through the school system. Well, my youngest is a senior now, and she's graduating. And my wife and I have no plans of leaving Poland, but we're not putting any kids into the school system. So what does the community have for us to offer moving forward? And I think that's a huge part of this, right? Is working with our elderly, working with our retirees, understanding what their needs are, and most importantly, keeping that unique nature of what Poland is. Poland's a very unique, great place to live and raise a family and now retire in. So we have to take it from cradle to grave on every aspect of the community.
And real quick before we go, what do you think makes you stand out against your opponent?
The biggest thing is my experience and the fact that I could serve on day 1. There is no learning curve with me. I've been there. Doesn't mean that I don't need to listen to the community. I have to listen to them. But I've walked to over 2,000 houses so far and spoke with enough people. So I feel like I have my thumb on the pulse. that I could go in day one and take on the needs and the wants of the community.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us for 5 Minutes at 5.
Thank you.
And you can watch more of our 5 Minutes at 5 segments with the candidates. Just head over to the 5 p.m. video tab on the 21 News app.